Hey, it's Jason Coleman, your favorite celebrity loan officer. Welcome back to another podcast. Today I'm joined by my friend Aaron Cericola. He's a realtor and an entrepreneur here in the Phoenix, Peoria, Glendale area, Mesa, Gilbert, whatever. He travels everywhere. Thanks for joining me, Aaron.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And I'm going to move this microphone just a little bit closer to you because you're kind of soft-spoken.
Hello.
Today I want to talk to get you to know a little bit about Aaron and talk to you about overcoming obstacles. And Aaron's overcome some obstacles in your life, haven't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I ended up on end-stage renal disease, stage 5 kidney failure back in 2009. Ended up on dialysis with a tube in my stomach, and basically all because I burnt my life to the ground by through the awesome usage of drugs and alcohol. But
is that how it happened?
Yeah, pretty much. I was born with one kidney, and then basically ate up the other one through using massive amounts of cocaine, and then ended up in the hospital with 270 blood pressure over 160 as well. So
we all have choices to make.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You knowing that you only had one kidney, you still proceeded to make the choice of, going the other direction with your health. So once you found out that you were in that stage and you were hitting basically rock bottom, right?
Yeah, 100%. I remember one day I was sitting on the ground, and as addicts or alcoholics, we kind of try to put the pieces of the puzzle one last time. And I remember on the floor I was crying out. I was like, man, God either kill me or save me. And surely I guess he had a better plan for me. And thank God I'm still here today.
And here we are 10 years later.
Yeah.
So you recovered, and with the will of God, with your own will, you wanted to move on. You wanted to live, right?
Yeah.
And you started to really focus on your health, and you got a second lease on life and decided to, hey, I'm going to start a business, right?
Yeah, 2013, I had gotten my real estate license in 2011, and then we started a business. Did a lot of traveling for that other industry, and right now that industry is kind of taking a back step to a lot of small business owners. And back in 2017, my mindset, I just had a thing in my spirit. It was like, hey, you need to start doing more real estate. So I finally got back and kind of pivoted back to the real estate industry instead of just doing some friends or family relatives, and really wanted to figure out how I could come back in the market and make an imprint for myself.
It's hard to get it off the ground from ground zero.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. So you had a couple irons in the fire.
Yeah, I had a couple irons in the fire, and people who are out there, who are entrepreneurs themselves, doing multiple things. It's very hard to do 100% of one thing and 100% of the other. So I give kudos to anybody who can do that effectively. For me, it was very, very difficult.
Totally. Yeah, it's very difficult, and it's hard to keep believing when the business is struggling to get off the ground on either side, right?
Yeah.
So on a day-to-day basis, what are some things, like how are you eating differently now?
Well, I lost about 40 pounds from December 31st, 2016 until about June of 2018. I've gained a little bit of weight back just because I'm in the process of moving and really haven't been eating super clean. But at the end of the day, diets, in my opinion, aren't really healthy for you. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert, but I did receive a book called The Eat Clean Diet. And, as long as you're preparing your food and things of that nature, no preservatives, and even if you don't even get any exercise, they say that 80% of your diet or workout is the food, and then 20% is your workout. So if you're eating clean, you'll definitely lose the weight. But it's just hard to kind of, prepare your food or even stay on that balance, because there's so many things out there that are, in your face, getting you to
Yeah, I have some cheesecake in the fridge. I want to see if you walk out and how much discipline you have. So you do some exercise. You do watch your diet now. Obviously, you're not doing cocaine anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've all been down that road. Being in the rock and roll punk rock industry, I'm not going to lie, I went through my own challenges as well with some of that stuff. And I'm so glad that it's not around anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
It was difficult to overcome, but I definitely saw the health problems that it creates. And, as an entrepreneur, what are some of the daily things that you do in order to find clients? Is it talking to people?
It's a great question. I definitely talk to a lot of people. I don't like to stay in one spot. I feel like I love to be out there in the public, meeting people, networking. Anywhere I'm at, typically, this seems cliche, but if I'm in a grocery store or if I'm in line somewhere, I have to really try to stay outside of my comfort zone and just say, hey, how you doing? And typically the conversation at one point, they'll talk about, hey, I'm renting or buying or something like that. Believe it or not, a lot of people or friends, family, relatives that they know are in that same position. They're looking to enter the market, so it's very easy to kind of access that conversation and just kind of be yourself and just say, hey, here's my business card, give me a call. Ask them questions, ask them about their goals, not about us per se, it's about them. So,
you're a good listener. That's what I know. You are a good listener.
Listening is definitely key. Communication in this business is, believe it or not, in any industry, but it's very relative and very very key to being successful in it. Yeah.
So I just had one last question.
Sure.
We recently closed a transaction for a guy named Will and Alyssa. And
I will.
I noticed Will had a new smoker out there that he was trying out. And I wondered, did you get an invitation?
No.
I didn't either. So,
We'll have to. Hopefully, he sees this.
We're looking for you, Will. We're looking to come by and try out your smoker. So.
That's right.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jason.
And if you guys have any questions for Aaron, he's a fantastic agent.
Thank you.
He really works hard. He will go all out for you, and he's a great listener. So I think that's really important. If you have any questions, his number's going to be over here. My number's right here. Or you can just direct message him on Facebook or text. Thanks for watching. Until next time,